Imagine this. A warm summer night in New York City, the streets buzzing with energy, and in the middle of it all, Hollywood's golden girl, Sydney Sweeney, letting her hair down like you've never seen before. Cut to clips of Sydney at events, laughing on the red carpet. Studio microphone. We know Sydney as the talented actress from Euphoria and The White Lotus, the rising style icon whose red carpet looks set the internet on fire. But what if I told you that behind the glamorous gowns and flawless makeup is a carefree, spontaneous spirit just dying to break free? Well, that's exactly what happened during her wild night out at a NYC dive bar. A night filled with tequila shots, rowdy sing-alongs, and a glimpse into Sydney's unfiltered, down-to-earth side that fans rarely get to see. Studio microphone. New York City has a magic like no other place. The dive bars tucked between high-rise buildings hold stories of unforgettable nights, heartbreaks, friendships, and now, one of Sydney Sweeney's most iconic moments. Earlier this week, Sydney was spotted in Manhattan after wrapping up a photo shoot. Instead of heading to an exclusive rooftop lounge or a VIP-only afterparty, she chose something completely unexpected. A small, gritty, beloved dive bar known only to a few locals. Show shots of NYC dive bars, neon lights, moody lighting. Studio microphone. This was not the place you'd expect to see an A-list star. No velvet ropes, no flashing paparazzi, just sticky floors, cheap drinks, and the sound of old jukebox songs echoing through the night. Studio microphone. Eyewitnesses say that when Sydney walked in, she turned every single head. Dressed casually but effortlessly cool, she wore high-waisted jeans, a vintage tee, and her signature radiant smile. Patrons couldn't believe their eyes. Some were too shocked to even take out their phones. Others whispered to each other, "Is that really Sydney Sweeney?" And the best part, Sydney wasn't surrounded by an entourage or hiding behind security. She was there with a few close friends, ready to have a night of pure fun. No pretenses, no Hollywood walls. Segment 3. The first tequila shots, 2 minutes. Studio microphone. Within minutes, Sydney had ordered a round of tequila shots for her friends and for herself. Witnesses described her as laughing, cheering, and throwing back shots like a seasoned pro. She wasn't acting like a star worried about her image. She was simply a young woman enjoying life in the most authentic way possible. People who were there said it felt like watching a movie scene unfold in real life. Except this time, there were no cameras rolling, no directors calling cut. Just Sydney and her genuine love for the moment. Segment 4. The sing-along moment, 3 minutes. Studio microphone. Then came the highlight of the night, the impromptu sing-along session. Someone put on an old rock classic on the jukebox, and Sydney couldn't resist. She grabbed a makeshift mic, some say it was a beer bottle, jumped up near the bar, and started belting out lyrics, encouraging everyone to join in. Her energy was infectious. Soon, the entire bar was singing at the top of their lungs. Strangers wrapped arms around each other, toasting drinks in the air, phones flashing as they captured this once-in-a-lifetime scene. And there was Sydney, no longer the untouchable Hollywood star, but a girl fully alive in the moment, making memories with strangers who would never forget that night. Segment 5. The crowd's reaction, 2 minutes. Studio microphone. One person posted, "I've never seen anything like it. She was so real, so fun, just one of us. I'll never forget this night." Another wrote, "I went out for a quick drink and ended up singing with Sydney Sweeney. What is life?" For many, it was more than just seeing a celebrity. It was about feeling connected to someone they admired, realizing she was as human as the rest of us, and maybe even more fun than they had imagined. Segment 6. Sydney's personality behind the scenes, 3 minutes. Studio microphone. Friends of Sydney say this wasn't entirely out of character. Despite her rapid rise to stardom, she's always been described as down-to-earth, bubbly, and fiercely independent. Sydney has spoken in interviews about how she loves road trips, small-town diners, and simple pleasures that remind her of home. But we rarely see that side because Hollywood loves to keep its stars polished and perfect. Sydney's night at the dive bar felt like her personal rebellion, a joyful shout that said, "I'm more than my red carpet persona." Segment 7. The aftermath, 2 minutes. Studio microphone. After her unforgettable performance, Sydney and her friends reportedly stayed for another hour, taking selfies with fans, chatting openly, and even helping clean up spilled drinks. She left just as casually as she arrived, waving goodbye to her new friends and stepping into the warm New York night, her laughter echoing behind her. The next day, social media exploded. Videos of her sing-along went viral, with fans praising her authenticity and carefree spirit. Instead of scandal, the world saw a star shining in her most human light. Closing segment. What we can learn from Sydney, 2 minutes. Studio microphone. Sydney Sweeney's epic night out wasn't just another celebrity headline. It was a reminder to live fully, laugh loudly, and embrace the moments that make us feel alive. She reminded us that no matter how successful or famous you become, it's the spontaneous nights, the cheap tequila shots, and the unexpected sing-alongs that create the stories we'll tell forever. So, what would you sing if you shared a jukebox moment with Sydney? Drop your song choice in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more inspiring and unfiltered stories from Hollywood's brightest stars. Thank you for watching, and remember, sometimes the best memories are made when you least expect them.